Hi, folks. Now, I've been gone for a few days, and as you guys know, I was not feeling the best. But I decided to come back, and let's do a video on an up-and-coming frauditor. Stand-up audits, well, stand-up press, I should say, is a new and up-and-coming frauditor who, well, thinks it's a wise idea to go and audit a health department. Now, most people go to the health department for certain reasons, i.e., they can't afford to go to a certain doctor, or they needed something handled privately, or for lower income families to get their kids shots and medical work done. But let's see this frauditor go there and get trespassed. So let's enjoy, shall we?
And we're getting ready to take a gander at the County Public Health Department. See what kind of programs they have coming up for the holidays. See how they do.
Now, my first question is, why? Why do you need to go to a public health works with what looks like a gimbal stick, a camera, a GoPro, or professional body camera, and possibly a crappy cell phone? What purposes does this serve the community? What news story are you trying to cover? I mean, for me, it looks like you're just trying to get a rise out of people and make yourself to be the subject of a story, instead of actually being a journalist and reporting an actual story.
Looks like you can get test kits. I'm assuming that's for COVID. Got all this stuff here. Okay. Board of Health board right there. One door to one. Thank you.
Can we help you?
I'm just getting some video.
But you don't need to be videoing me. I would rather you not. And where are you from? Who are you?
I'm just doing a story
For
myself.
I'm calling shenanigans. And it feels good to say that again. But back to the shenanigans. You're not there to do a story. You're there to get a reaction from the staff who have more important jobs to protect the information of the people who come to the health department who are seeking help. Unlike you, who's trying to make a video for YouTube so you can put it on there and try to get some clicks and views and some ad revenue. But let's be honest. If you were really there for a story, you would have gone through their public relations liaison or their public information officer and set up an interview. And you probably could have got a nice tour and done everything right by the book instead of, well, a clout-chasing frauditor that you are.
I'm independent.
You can't be videoing in here if you, you can't do that.
Yeah, I can.
Something that has a due date on it. Not that I don't.
Most certainly can.
Okay.
I'm working on a story, so.
Shenanigans again. Wow, that fast. You see, you can't film in there. The little lobby-way that you were in the beginning, before you entered that office of the Public Health Works, yes, you could film there, because that could be considered technically a lobby. But since these are the offices, and these windows direct you to offices, that really wouldn't be considered a lobby. And besides, they have to keep people's personal information, such as their health records, their names, date of birth, and social security numbers, out of your little camera way, because, well, let's face it, there's a lot of shady people out there on the internet.
So, is there a day next week that would work?
There he is.
So,
Hi, excuse me, can I help you?
I'm working on a story. Just getting some pictures.
Okay, but can one of us help you, or are you just randomly, what are you doing, I guess? What are you
I
here
just
for?
told you what I was doing. Getting some
You weren't very
pictures and video
specific.
for a story.
What is your name?
My name is Jason. Who are
Jason.
you?
My name is Missy Smith. What is
And
your
what
last name?
capacity do you work here?
I'm not answering any more questions until you
Well, I've
answer
already
questions.
answered everything that I
No.
have to answer.
What is your last name?
It doesn't matter.
Who do you work for?
I
You're
work
not
for
answering
myself.
questions. I'm calling the sheriff.
You want me to push the button, Missy?
I don't know if you need to push the button, but we'll definitely call.
What I'm doing is 100% legal.
Okay.
Yes and no. Yes, it is legal to film in a public lobby, as long as you film in that lobby and do not obstruct any walkways or corridors or doorways. However, you, sir, are filming in, well, a health department. They have asked you to stop filming. They have asked you for information on why you are there, and you refuse to give it. You're not there for any journalistic purposes. Because if you were an actual journalist or trying to do an actual story, you could have gone to the public relations officer, like I told you in the first part of my video, I called shenanigans on you, and they would have given you a tour and let you do some B-roll shots. But they do have the lawful right to call the sheriff or local PD to have you removed, because at this point, you would be committing the crime of trespass in the state of Ohio.
But we don't know who you are, so if you don't have business here, you're trespassing.
I'm not trespassing. I just
Well,
told
maybe
you.
are. I'm just gonna. Can I do
I'm
you mind
working
if I
on-
seek clarification?
Go ahead.
Okay,
Call him.
thank you.
You can come in.
I was gonna say, am I in the middle of something here?
Now, I'm going to be jumping ahead a bit because, well, it's mostly dead air of him recording the woman on the phone at the sheriff's office and then arguing with her while she's on the phone with them, while she's trying to see if she can get some clarification from them or have them come check it out. Instead, he wants to be confrontational and, well, belligerent to the point of arrogance.
On a story. I didn't tell
And,
you.
and that's fine. I'm not trying to be
But you did. You
confrontational.
told them I wouldn't tell you what I was here, and I told
Oh,
you I
I'm
was
sorry.
working on a story.
Okay, I'm sorry. He is working on a story. I guess I apologize for that, sir. He did tell us that he is working on a story, but he doesn't have health department business, and he's making the staff uncomfortable. So, I mean, I'm not asking him to leave. I'm just asking if someone can come check it out.
Lisa, what do you need?
Okay. Okay, thank you.
This
Bye-bye.
door, can we get home Tuesday?
I just don't understand how you can work on a story without asking us additional information. Like,
Because
I
this is a public building,
Okay.
right?
I understand that.
Okay.
So what is the story if it's just pictures, I guess is what I'm asking.
Well, I'm just getting public information. That's all I'm doing. Oh, the bulletin boards and the stuff that's there for the public.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, there's an easier way of doing that where you wouldn't have to make the staff of the health department uncomfortable. You could simply call or film the bulletin board that you were actually filming before you walked in, which was in the public lobby. But again, you're not there for a story. What journalist goes there just to look at a story for, well, working on a story for, well, just a bulletin board? I mean, if you can get on the internet, you can actually look up what services the health department would offer you. They would have a community outreach board. Most places do.
I wasn't trying to like she's talking and doing stuff with her. I'm not getting that, right?
Right, because that is protected health information, and you're not.
Yeah, I can't try to get her information.
Right.
But I can
And you
get
can't
anything.
film anybody that's in there either.
Yes, I
All
can.
right, well, congratulations.
If I'm in a public space, which I'm at right now,
Okay.
right? And I can see you, you're behind the counter. I can
Right, but
film
those people are
anything
here
that
for
I can
health
see.
services. They have protected health
I
information.
understand that.
Okay.
But, okay, do I know what they're here for? There's
You can
more than
figure
one
that
thing.
out. You can figure that out from what desk they're standing at. Yes, that can
Boom. Roasted.
be inferred or implied.
But
my
anybody
goodness.
that walks in here can know that, right? If you're standing here
Right, but
and
you
see
are
something,
filming it for.
it doesn't matter.
Is it for your
if you
personal
can see
use?
it.
Is it for public
No, it's
use?
for it'd be public on
Okay, so that is different. You know what? And I'm not arguing. You may be correct. I'm not saying that I am right and you were wrong. I'm just saying you're making the staff uncomfortable and you won't give us any additional information.
Well, I told you what I was doing. I told you my first name. I'm being polite.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know that you are. You are being very
And
polite,
on
sir.
top of that,
But
you guys have cameras in here, correct?
I am
There's
not going
cameras
to
in
answer
Get ready, everybody. He's about to do something stupid.
You're
that
correct.
question. I am not going to answer that question.
Because there is cameras in here. I've
you
already
don't know
seen
that.
some.
I am not going to answer that question. I'm done. I'll let you and the sheriff work it out.
All right.
So, and I'm not trying to be confrontational with you, but I just don't
I'm
understand
not
why
either.
it
It's-
doesn't bother you that you're making people here uncomfortable.
They shouldn't be uncomfortable over a camera when they're already being recorded.
Come here. Shut your stupid ass up.
That is your assumption, sir. You do not know that.
Well, a camera does not hurt anybody. Yeah.
I don't think we have any more business. I'll just let them.
Wait a minute. There's a sign that's saying you can't film there. Oh my. Why are you so... that sign's front and center saying to protect the privacy of the patients and the patients' families, no video or photography is allowed. But yet you're still doing it. Why is that? Because you don't care about the law or the First Amendment. You want to make money off YouTube, and the easiest way to do that is to fraud it at eBay, isn't it?
That needs to come down. You guys have any special programs for the holidays coming up?
What is that? I'm sorry.
Special programs for like holidays for families and kids?
Do we? I don't think so.
No.
Pregnant, but I typically refer.
How you doing, sir?
How's it going?
I'm good. Officer Burton,
What's going on?
just taking some pictures and video. Public information, working on a story. I told them.
Liar!
That.
Okay, you got an ID
She
on
was,
you?
hold on, I need ID for it.
Because I got caught here for you, so I need to identify you.
I don't have to ID, I ain't broke the law.
And they don't want you here, so.
They didn't tell me to leave, for one. For two, they don't really have
Do you want
to.
him to leave? You gotta leave. Or you'll go to jail.
For trespassing?
Yes.
Okay, do you know that's not right?
No, that's right. Because you would be committing the act of criminal trespass. And in Ohio, which you are in, criminal trespass falls under 4 categories. 1, if they enter or remain on someone's property or someone else's property without their permission. If they enter or remain on another's property without permission, knowing that they should not be there because of a certain lawful restriction. 3, if they enter upon to or remain a person's property after they have been advised, they have been warned, and by fence or by someone associated with that property that they have been trespassed, they should not be there. And 4, if they refuse to leave another person's property, seeing a sign or someone authorized or associated with that property has informed them they should not be there. Since they have told the sheriff to tell you to leave, that sheriff deputy is now acting upon their authority to trespass you. Therefore, if you refuse to leave, you can be charged for criminal trespass.
Okay. Where's your ID
You
at?
don't have the...
Let's go outside.
You don't have the right to trespass me from here.
Well,
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong.
they don't want you here. You're not here for a reason.
I am here for a reason. I told him I was working on a story.
No, you're not. And I'm calling shenanigans again. You are there so you can record your video and put it on YouTube for clout and to get ad revenue. You're not there to report an actual story. You're there to be a frauditor trying to ruin people's day and make them uncomfortable, which you've succeeded.
And I have every right to do so.
Okay, well, they don't
Just
want
like I have every right to record you. You're
I
a
know.
public employee.
I have no issue with that.
They're public employees. This is
Okay.
a public building. I was getting public information and asking questions. So as
Okay.
a journalist, I'm allowed to ask questions. And you can't stop me from doing it.
Okay.
So telling me that you're going to trespass me, that's wrong.
Well, that's how it's
Well, he's fairly intelligent. He's full of shit.
gonna work.
And you're going to stick to that?
Yep.
Even though that the law says that you're not a feelings enforcement.
They don't want you here.
You're a law enforcement officer.
Okay, they
right?
don't want you here. You got your ID on you?
I'm not giving my ID. I haven't broke the law.
Okay. Well, being in there was when they had no reason to be in there. They came out.
I already told you I had reason.
Well, that's not a reason to keep them uncomfortable and wondering why you're there.
I told them why I was there.
Okay,
And
well,
she
they
said
didn't.
that she didn't know if I was within my rights or not, which you're supposed to go in there and tell her that I am. Not.
You are partially correct, sir. He is there to enforce the law and uphold your civil rights. However, you are not there to conduct lawful business. You are there to, well, as you said, gather content for a story by looking at what they have on the bulletin boards. But you've already done that, and you refused to leave. You wouldn't give them any information and became confrontational and arrogant and belligerent with them. So therefore, they called the sheriff to get clarification if you're even allowed to do so. And they had you trespassed by their own authority. So, he's doing his job.
Tell me that I have to leave.
Okay, well, you don't
There's
give me.
case law and everything else. You want to read that? I'll tell you exactly why I'm allowed to be here and why you can't make me leave.
Okay, well, they don't want you inside the building. So
Okay,
you
so-
can record out here and do whatever your story is, but they don't want you inside
you're
the
going to
building.
violate my rights, right?
That's not violating your rights.
Yes,
They
it
didn't
is.
want you here.
It's 100%.
They told me to
violating
tell
that.
you to leave. They don't want you here, so that's what we're going with.
All right, so you're going to violate my rights, basically.
It's not violating your rights.
It is, because you want to read what the actual law is, because you're law enforcement. You're not feelings enforcement.
I'm aware of the First Amendment right.
Okay, are you aware of all the case law that says I can do this?
You can record out here if you want. I'm not saying you
I
can't.
can record in there,
Well, they don't want you in there.
but it doesn't matter.
It's their right to not
It's not.
allow you in there.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's a public building.
Exactly, and
If
they
I
don't
was
want you
in
in
there
here.
yelling and screaming and throwing stuff, then yes, they would have a right to say, hey, you can't be in here because you're causing a
They have the
disturbance
right
that you're
to
breaking
tell
the
you to
law.
leave. It's that simple.
Is it Hughes? How you doing?
So what's the story that you're working on?
I don't have to disclose my story. I told you I'm a journalist working on a story, gathering public information.
Okay.
Okay.
Care to revise your statement, sir?
What? Do you want to change your bullshit story, sir?
You have your credentials if you're a journalist?
There's no such thing.
Okay. Well, they don't want you here, so it's that simple.
All right.
So you're saying you explained to them why you were here?
Yeah, I explained to them why I'm here.
Okay. All right.
What's your name? Rumor?
Rummer.
Rummer?
Yeah, rum. Kind of like the drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you guys know the actual law that I'm allowed to go in here as a journalist and gather content?
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
That is not true.
What do you mean that's not true?
That's not true. If they don't want you here, it's still, even though it's public or government
There's
owned.
case law on it.
Yeah, I don't care.
All
It's
this
still
case
government
law.
owned, and they have a right to refuse you to come in.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No, that's 100% true. There are several state laws and case law stating that a government entity can trespass you. You don't have to have committed a crime to be trespassed. If they don't want you there and you're not there to conduct lawful business, you can be trespassed. It's simple as that.
Can I ask what you were trying to attack?
I was just getting the stuff off the walls, you know, like the posters and bulletins and stuff like that. And then I asked if there was any programs or what have you for like the winter and things like that.
Like,
Just public information.
okay. What kind of
You know, I'm
programs?
not trying to get like people's personal stuff. but,
Yeah, I was just curious because, you know, health department and HIPAA and all that stuff.
Well, that stuff's on them. The
Right.
onus is on them to protect somebody's information. That's why they have offices in the back. They take them to the back to
Right,
do
I
their
understand.
stuff.
That's why I was
So I don't
asking.
know why people's here.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean-
They could be here for any number of things.
Sure, absolutely.
So, as far
They
as
do still have the right to refuse you to come in.
how is that? If I was breaking a law, yes.
Doesn't
If
matter.
I'm not
It's still-
causing a
it
disturbance
is
and I'm
still-
peacefully just recording the
it is
information and
still
asking for
an area
public
where
information,
If they don't want you there, you're not going to be there. Just like the city building that you were in just a little bit ago.
I can be there too.
No. If they don't want you there, you're not going to.
What's the law that says that?
Trespassing.
That's not trespassing.
Yes, it is. Well, I guess if you want to push it, we can push it.
Boom. Roasted.
I'm just saying that
And I'm
it's
telling you that's how it's going to be. If you go back in there and they don't want you there, it's going to be trespassing.
fine. I won't go back in. But that's a violation of the First Amendment right there.
Well, you have your opinion, and I'll take it to the court, and we'll see how the court decides on it. That's why you want to push it.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Man, that cop just owned him something fierce. Well, folks, let's end the video here. I'm happy to be back to bring you guys content. I'm happy to cover frauditors, Karens, and soft sets for you guys again. If you guys like the video, please put a thumbs up, hit the like button, and leave a comment because it helps with the algorithm. I'll put my links down below. Please come join the Discord page where you can find out updates and meet some really good friends. And hopefully by the beginning of the next year, I'll have the merch store opened up and ready to go for everybody. That being said, stay safe, be well, and I'll see you guys all next time.